Hello, hello. Welcome in, everyone. Congratulations, day 5. Look at us go. Celebrating your commitment, your devotion. Give yourself such a huge pat on the back. I thank you. I honor you for creating the space and the time to turn all of your attention within. And it's like we're holding our lip, like a finger to our lip, going, no, mind, no head hypnosis. You're not going to get a turn. You're not going to get a say this time. So welcome in, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us in the Zoom room, the Facebook group, the Golden Path Experience, and a very warm welcome to those watching the replay on YouTube. So exciting. Today, we're completely mixing it up. I've got my priestess robes on. Who doesn't love a good kimono? I'm really mixing it up and just showing another side of this work. I've sprinkled a few hints across the week. My greatest loves are pyramids, portals, and stargates. And so we're going to take a journey today. I'll do a bit of a class, bit of a teaching. Good morning, Emma. Good morning, Liz. Everyone else joining us. Thank you so much for being here. These are 3 stargates, portals, pyramids, 3 of my favorite things in the whole entire world. And I'm going to share an experience with you about really understanding what this Golden Path teaching is truly deeply all about. The gold color, the gold frequencies, and the 12 strands of our DNA. And I like to use even the 12 strands of our DNA when I look and review my life, that there are 12 dimensions to my life. And at the final page of the workbook for day 5, you'll see a process that I take many of my students through about the 12 dimensions of their life. And so that's available today in the workbook. And it's a practice you can take yourself through just to kind of go, okay, here are the different dimensions of my life. How am I tracking? What magic, what levels of presence and fulfillment that I would love to bring into each dimension of my life. So that's available today. I'm going to start with a story. A really, really, personal story that's just happened recently. And I was reflecting upon it and of just how deeply moving the power of presence can be. And this is in the subtle realm. One could look at this experience, not make much of it, but I actually found it incredibly deeply moving. And where I live on the Sunshine Coast, Australia, we live really close to this incredible lake. And I've take my son down often for walks along the lake and for swims into the beach. And we walk this coastal track 3, 4, 5 times a week. And we started noticing this beautiful, beautiful old lady beginning to walk the same track. And we would bump into her often. She was new to the area. And eventually I saw her so regularly that we actually just began saying hi, chatting to her. And one particular day, maybe 2 years ago, I just sat down and said, introduced ourselves, and we're in the area. This is what we're up to. She let us know her name. And I said, well, what brings you to the area? Do you live here? And she said that her husband had died and she'd moved to interstate and she knew no one. She was, however, living downstairs in her daughter's home. The daughter's married, has 2 young children, and she really didn't want to bother or interrupt her daughter's home life. And so each day she would leave her daughter's house where she lived and she'd take the walk, she'd take the coastal walk. And at the beginning, she didn't need any assistance, but as the years passed, she needed a frame, and eventually it was totally inspiring. She would do the whole coastal walk around the lake with the frame, and she would sit and she would sit on one of the bench seats and stare out to the ocean. And she had this soft, sweet English accent. And every now and again, Amos, my son, would say hi, and we'd chat to her. And she kind of became a bit known in the area because every day she would do this walk and she would sit and just look out into the ocean. And cyclists and the children and the cafe owners all got to know her. And then the cafe across the road started bringing her lunch, complimentary. Each day she would sit at the same park bench and she would have lunch. And sometimes it was too much for her and she couldn't eat it and she would need to kind of pack it and take it home. But she had the most incredible, incredible presence. And I saw her last maybe 3-4 weeks ago, just before I went to Melbourne for a workshop. And I got this really strange sense in my body, and I was with my son, and I'd not felt this before when I'd seen her and when I'd had interactions with her, but I got this wave of emotion over me that this might be the final time that I see her. And when I returned back from Melbourne, the park bench that she would sit at was all covered in flowers and cards and notes from children. And it was just one of the most beautiful, captivating sights. And I'd realized that she had passed while I was in Melbourne. And it just got me thinking, the park bench weeks later is still covered in fresh flowers, trinkets, notes, photographs, messages. And I thought, what was it? What was it about this lady? She just walked the path. And she simply sat and watched the ocean. She was so old and frail, you could maybe get 2 or 3 words out of her towards the end of her life. That was it. And it dawned on me, and it was such a beautiful illustration, but she had so much presence. She had so much alignment. She had so much wholeness in her being. And she endured and she had discipline and she walked that path every single day. Sometimes she'd have to stop in quarterly intervals because her physicality just couldn't carry her all the way. And her name is Joyce. And we all called her Joy for short. And now at the entrance of the path where Amos, my son, and I join and connect onto the path, they've put a new sign up and it says Joy's Path. And I found this so deeply moving because this is the power of presence. She didn't do, from my knowing, she didn't bring anything wildly spectacular. If you rushed past her, you would miss it. And this is the essence of what I am teaching here. And now I'm like, oh, she was walking the golden path the whole time. And now she's made the golden path her own. It's called Joy's Path. And that is my invitation to each and every one of you. The golden path is yours. It's yours. It's not my teaching. It's not mine. It's universal truth. It belongs to everyone. It's laying dormant within you. And my invitation is, can you just pause and slow down and be present to discover the golden path within you and make it your own. It gets to be your path. And that is the magic of this work. It's like, I want to be joy. I want to walk that path day in, day out, and not have to say, I don't have to say anything. And she was probably one of the most moving, captivating people in our local community. I've never seen so many flowers. I'm going to take a photo and share it in the Facebook group, but they started arriving weeks ago and they're still there. It's like there's nowhere to sit on the seat anymore. I was like, wow, what magnetism, what power of her presence to be able to move the community like that. So I really felt compelled to share that story with you. It sums up the teachings in here. And this is what lays the foundation. And the level of this foundation, I see it the size of multiple football fields. It's like, I don't want to stand on something tiny that I'm scared I'm going to wobble off. It's like the magnitude of this. It's like, it's planetary. The size that I have of the foundations that I wish to build and co-create with each and every one of you. It's that big, it's that strong, it's that powerful. Is that my app beeping off? I think it might be. I'll just shut a window here. You know, that's the magnitude of this work. And the work we're doing is capable of holding that. It doesn't matter of the size. The foundation that we are building here has the capacity to hold that and more and beyond. And so I'm really directing and helping and guiding is like, what will that orientation to shift within, but then what myth, what story are we telling? And who's doing the storytelling? Who's doing the scripting? And today's quote in the final day 5 of the workbook is the challenge then is to be the creative myth maker that we are. To consciously choose our myth, lest it be chosen for us by the collective mind. And that is the head hypnosis. When we allow these myths, when we allow these stories and our paths to be chosen by the collective mind, we are the creative myth maker. We get to own our path and we get to walk it just as Joy was able to walk it every single day. And that evidence is so tangible, it's so physical. The spiritual power that oh gosh, she was so old at the end of it. She was so frail by the end of her beautiful exit, and she just exited stage left in her majesty, in her presence. This is the power we have to choose this beautiful path that is ours. And whatever creation you wish to plant along the seeds of that path, it's anything. That's why I don't limit my work. It's like I work with people with bricks and mortar business. I work with people that are in medical industries, in veterinary associations. They're in the trenches, they're in the 3D, but they bring this magic to it. And they are so captivating. It's like you fall in love with these people and you cannot help be their client. It's like you want to fly across the other side of the world to meet these people because they are so incredibly inspiring and empowering. And so the primary purpose for us becomes laying this new foundation for this new earth. And that is why they call it the golden age, because it's the golden frequency. That's why our sun is a brilliant golden stargate. That's why we're under a solar storyline. Yes, we have lunar energies, but the whole piece of this planet and our ability to take physical form is because the rays of that sun, that golden frequency. And your only purpose then, all of your aim, all of your intentions become charged with spiritual power. And then you'll become one with the evolutionary pulse of the universe. You become the stargate, just birthing in and out with that beautiful evolutionary pulse of the universe. And that is when I say, welcome to your golden path. You've located it, you've found it. I'm like, good, go, let's go, let's go. Beautiful. So let me share my screen. Yeah, I read that comment, Rachel. That's incredible. I'm currently writing a book about the healing power of horses. Yes, and my nickname for the book at the moment is my golden book. Yes, beautiful. Your soul's work. Horses are so incredibly healing. Their presence is so divine. Welcome in to more of our viewers. So just to relive the magic, who's this divine lady right there? Hey, it's a practical course, remember? Remember, everything's got an exercise and a practice to it. This is the practical course. The schedule, we're up to day 5. That's incredible. And remember our bonus call next week with Rabia, Thursday, the 23rd of May, 7:30 p.m. in the evening, Australian Eastern Standard Time. And I must remind everyone that that is a private, intimate session with Rubia and I. It will not be streamed into the Facebook group. So you'll need to register for the masterclass, and the Zoom meeting invite will be a different link to the others that we've been going through from day 1 to day 5. So it is a new link for the bonus session. There's me, there's the incredible work that I do. I'm so passionate about sharing this. And here is our quote for the day. I'll just scroll down. And here's the beautiful bow and arrow graphic that I refer to. So many ways. It's got so many applications and metaphors I can use with this. Remember that that arrow is intention. The bow is the pulling back, healing, resolving, using the pillar of the heart, and then releasing. And I see this even piercing through the arrow, piercing through the center point of every single cell of my being. The applications for this are just absolutely unlimited of where you can take this. So you will feel like an arrow that's moving toward the target. And the magic is to enjoy the journey. When that arrow has been released, we are in the transcendence. We are in the letting go of the heart cascade. And we have to trust that the wind currents are fine for the day, that there are other forces at play that can redirect the course of that arrow. Once it is in free flight, we must deeply surrender. We hope that it will hit the target. Sometimes it really will, and it'll be the most extraordinary level of synchronistic and connection and presence that you have with your humanity. And then some days it will steer off in other directions. And that's okay, because at that point you say your heart's prayer. I deserve my truest heart's desires. Who and where I am is perfect. I'm ready for the next step. Fulfillment is here and now. And that is how we begin to come back into that divine presence of our wholeness. So today we're going to go on a journey. The 12 strands of our DNA, we're going to bathe them and call them into the golden frequencies, traveling through stargates, pyramids, and portals. And I know some people out there are like, what has this got to do with building my business? What's this got to do with, gosh, becoming a better person? What's this got to do with how I serve my clients? How does this impact my dreams and desires of travel, of abundance, of whatever it is? It's like those 3D things. I assure you, it has everything to do with those 3D things. Everything to do. It has to do with the clothes that you wear. It has to do with the car that you drive, the places and the regions that you want to travel to around the world, all the extraordinary dreams that you have are bathed and constructed in this very fabric of where we were going to travel to today. That is how connected it is. But I need to fire my team. I need to rehire. I need sales copy. I've got to do so many. I'm in personal branding now. It's like I need my personal brand. It's like now I need to publish and release a book. How on earth am I going to do that? Take a breath out of the head hypnoses. Follow the practices and the roadmap to building a solid foundation and getting creative mastery over within. Have the discipline, endure, yes, practice, turn up. We need to do the reps. We need to turn up in life. We need to put ourselves out there. We need to have uncomfortable conversations sometimes with our team members. People want to cross my personal boundaries. I have to have strong parameters. I have to be in my personal flame of power. That stuff is all there. I'm just meeting life through the stargates of my DNA. That is the difference. And there's a few cool people out in the world that are teaching this stuff now. This is the softening of our consciousness. This is the peaceful existence with wisdom. All of the wants and needs and desires and big manifestations of expansion that you have, creating the life that you want, it is absolutely possible. You will have twists and turns and plot twists and dramatic scene changes. You will have unwanted characters enter stage that you weren't expecting. I deserve my heart's truest desires. Who and where I am is perfect. I'm ready for the next step. Fulfillment is here and now. That is the power of the storyteller. And we must keep dropping into that remembrance over and over and over again. And doing it with like-minded people that understand the teaching, that are practicing this, that are taking these seeds of wisdom and applying it in their life. And we gather and we share and we go, how's that working for you? How are you tracking there? Oh, I came up with this new discovery. It's like my DNA is now feeding me this new data. Great. What's it saying? I've unlocked my quantum abilities. There are parts of my childhood that I'd completely forgotten, and now they've all come back. And I have such a deeper appreciation. I'm so incredibly grateful for the childhood that I've now had, because now I see the storylines converging. And when the storylines and the timelines and realities start to all converge, the grand design of all of that, you sit in awe. You sit in awe of the design of the higher intelligence of this universe, and you wouldn't even want to put your mere mortal mind over that magnificence. You wouldn't want to change a strand of the story because it is so brilliant. It is so extraordinary and awe-inspiring that it simply takes your breath away. And you just sit in, I'm lost for words. I am creation meeting the creator. That's the only thing I could say in that moment. Yeah, I'm basking in the magic, Liz. I've actually got no words to say when I relive those moments. I guess you could say we're in the God zone. And you feel it in the body template. You feel it in the cellular structure. And then you awaken to more of your divinity, more of your capabilities and capacities to hold and meet life. Meet it. Meet it through the stargate of your DNA. All right. Let's share. Let's have an experience of this. So this one's going to be quite a conscious practice, okay? So it's just sitting up or laying down if you have the luxury to that. Good for you. And just start calling all of your energies in. And immediately I invite you to open the back gateways of that heart portal. And I want you to feel the ancestors and the lineage of light that you come from and all of your spirit guides. And as you sink and kind of fall back into the back body, there's this beautiful, vast, oceanic, golden light of consciousness, of your divinity, just sitting and waiting there for your remembrance. And so just allow yourself to melt and kind of fall backwards into that golden oceanic consciousness. And with the support and help of your spirit guides and your lineage of light, we are now calling in divine protection and guidance on this journey. And just allowing that beautiful oceanic golden consciousness just begin to enter the cells now. Allow it to just wash as a gentle wave lapping up on the shore of the beach. It's soft, this wave. Keep it soft. And just imagine that golden frequency of a soft wave entering your being now and entering the cells of your body. Healing, restoring, bathing, clean the cellular structure of who you are. And now at the top of the crown, I want you to see the crown open just a few inches above the head, and this beautiful golden stardust begins to pour through your column of ascension, this pillar of light that you are. Allow this golden stardust to now begin to flow through and enter this pillar. This will provide the strength to the structure. And allow that to flow through all of the body, down through the chest, down through the hips, down through each of the legs, and down, down, down into the feet. A golden, beautiful, divine dust of stardust, of plasma, golden light now traveling deep, deep through the whole center of the body. Allow it to permeate all cells now of your body, through the pillar of golden light and with the feminine oceanic waves at the back. And notice how you've created this beautiful, strong pillar, the masculine principle, but through the back, we're experiencing this beautiful feminine flow of a soft, golden wave of divine light. This is your true essence. This is your majesty. And now I want you to imagine the hot, hot, burning golden sun of our solar system, giving you warmth, bathing your skin and providing a home, providing a safe refuge for you to experience this golden light. And I want you to now imagine yourself traveling up, 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 closer and closer to the sun, and you are safe. You feel the warm heat of the sun, but it does not burn you. You notice how you're able to actually temper and control the heat, and it becomes a soft, warm heat that provides life. And as you travel closer and closer towards the sun, I would like you now to just see pop open a beautiful stargate in the middle of our solar sun. And I want you to easily and effortlessly, you are safe, travel through the stargate of the center of our solar sun. And as you enter this field, you'll notice it begin to open up into beautiful, expanded hollows, beautiful, safe spheres of golden light, and you are safe and you are protected. And as soon as you enter these spheres, you notice that there are actually many people around you that you recognize. Your lineage of light, your spirit guides, your ancestors, all stand waiting for you to arrive. And with a beautiful soft bow and a gaze of their eyes, they acknowledge your presence and they say, welcome. Welcome to the golden chambers. Welcome to the golden temples of light. We have been waiting for you. And as they begin to acknowledge your presence and welcome you in, these beautiful golden light chambers begin to open up, and you see hallways and passageways opening, and they guide you down, further down one of the pathways. And you are safe and you feel like you are home. And as you begin to travel these pathways, a beautiful field begins to open up, a vast, vast field of golden light, of stardust, and it's warm. And as you enter these golden fields at a distance, you see 3 golden pyramids. And you intuitively choose what golden pyramid you wish to walk towards and enter. And as you begin to walk towards your chosen golden pyramid of light, you notice the cells in your being now at a molecular structure, at the structure of the DNA, they begin to vibrate. And this beautiful golden plasma light begins to emanate from the golden pyramid. And you feel safe. And as you begin to enter the golden pyramid, only one or two of the guides will join you inside the temple. The rest are all prepared to wait outside. And you will enter through the doorway with a marking above the door of the language of gold. There'll be a beautiful symbol above the door. Just intuitively recognize the symbol above the door as you enter the temple. And as you enter this golden temple, you notice that there is the pyramid facing up. And also it has now come into your awareness that there is a pyramid facing down. And there is a golden path for you to continue to walk into the center point of this pyramid. And the guides are just chaperoning you through this process. And as you walk towards the center point of this pyramid, you look down on the ground and you notice a large symbol this time. It could be hieroglyphics, it could be an ancient language, but there is a large symbol this time inscribed into the ground of the pyramid. And you intuitively know what way to orientate your body to lay down on this golden symbol. So find your alignment, find your position of how you wish to interface your cellular structure over this symbol. It is the size of your physical body and a little bit more. And as you lock and relax into this symbol, now see the energies increasing, returning you back to the soul blueprint for your golden blueprint for humanity. The golden scripts, the language of gold, the solar rays, cleaning and bathing and restoring your cellular structure, awakening the 12 strands of your DNA, and they begin to relax and uncoil and become electrified with golden light. Allow the cellular structure to begin to open up to receive these higher frequencies of golden light now. It's as if your being recognizes the symbol that it is now locked into. And you notice all of your abilities, your remembrances, higher modalities begin to come online now. Yes, yes, yes. All of the faculties and abilities and higher wisdoms and teachings are unlocked and become available to your cellular structure now as the 12 strands of DNA begin to open and become alive. You remember your mastery and you step into this creative portal of the DNA field. As you begin to spend more time here, it becomes more available to the body. It becomes more familiar, and you are filled with the deep presence now. Allow the stillness now to come over the body. and breathing in the stillness that is available during this process. And in that stillness, you'll notice the portals of the DNA actually begin to open wider. They become deeply relaxed, the strands of the DNA, as if pages are now opening in a book. They become so relaxed that they're malleable. They become so open that there are pages and pages of blank scripts becoming so available to you. And allow the golden stardust to continue to gently and softly bathe the cells of your body. And just encourage the DNA to continue to relax, that you can trust the process. And become comfortable with the stillness and the spiritual power that resides within you. Anchoring this deeper and deeper with the invitation of gravity now. Allow gravity to be present in the process to deepen and to ground in and anchor this beautiful molecular structure of the golden light. And let it sink, sink, sink deep into the cells. The beautiful structure and symbol beneath you will now unlock your soul's highest mission. The reason you came to this planet, the purpose that you are here, the divine seeds of light that you personally will sow on the pages of linear time. Allow the soul's highest mission to become known and activated through the cellular structure of the body now. This is my purpose. This is my reason for being here. This is my mission. And anchoring that deep now in the physical body. Good. That's it. And as this begins to solidify, invite gravity and grace now. Allow the purpose to reside and emanate through everything, every single cell of your being. And the deep knowing that as we continue to open the portals of our DNA, that we are safe, that we are held, that we're always in the right place at the right time. And I do know my purpose. And I am whole and I am complete. Good, good, good. Locking in all those light codes now. That's it. Taking a couple of deep breaths here now, and you will feel the electrical current begin to increase in your body. And there will be an amplification process for all of the people that are doing this process through all time and space. And now use the collective availability of amplification. Amplify this process now. Turn up the electricity. You can turn up the heat in a safe proportion that is known to you. I have purpose, and now I am inviting proportion. And use your breath to guide the process of amplification. Turning up the volume from 3, we're going to turn it up to 5. Take a breath. From 5, we're going to turn up to 7. Breathe. And use gravity if you need to ground yourself. Open and relax the DNA now. Allow it to just uncoil. It knows what it's doing. And from 7, we're going to turn the volume and amplification up to 10. Breathing in 10 now. And hold it at 10 for 3 breaths, 3 rounds. And allow the symbol that lays beneath you in the base of the pyramid to ground and solidify this for you. It has the strength to hold this. Allow the symbol to merge now with the physical body. And hold this at 10 comfortably now. Allow the symbol and gravity to work for you. Anchoring in your golden path. Anchoring in, say your first name, my golden path. This is my path. And say your first name. Good. That's it. That's it. Yes. Yes. Well done. And softening the consciousness now, finding that peaceful existence within and allowing the golden light to settle and permeate and find its assimilation now through the cellular structure of the body. You may want to increase the gravity, or you may find you need to soften and increase the grace. Just intuitively be guided to what your body needs. And bringing this softly, softly into land. Softly and gently land into the new earth frequencies. Softly land into your highest creations on your highest timeline. That's it. Good. Allowing all future timelines and parallel and past lifetimes and timelines to now converge into one unified path of your golden path. See them all converge and interface and collapse into one. And they collapse into one on your golden path, into the cells of your being. That's it. Allow that process to occur right now. Good. That's it. And softly washing clean now the cellular structure of your new body and instructing it over the next 3 days. This process will continue to assimilate. It will continue to ground back into the body, becoming a little bit more awake and aware now. So using gravity to come back into the body. Feeling the presence of the symbol beneath you, holding you back in your physical form. And you see the two guides now just come to your side closer, and they'll kneel down beside you, one on the left, one on the right, and they will gently assist you back up to standing. And so use them for support if you need, and take a breath when you've returned to standing. And your guides will support you back out of the temple, back through the doorway, where you'll be met and welcomed and celebrated by all of your brothers and sisters and your lineage of light for those that were waiting outside the temple for you. There is a moment of celebration, of joy, connection, and community. They are so pleased to see you. And as you feel their love and presence enter your field, you begin to travel back through the chambers of the solar sun and safely return out through the Stargate, thanking the golden temples of the sun, thanking the golden temples of the golden light codes, returning and restoring you back into your golden path and safely returning back into this present moment, back into the physical body, taking a few grounding breaths and allowing this process to continue its healing and assimilation over the next 3 days. It is gently encouraged that the individual find feet on the ground in nature over the coming days. And it is important to continue the hydration process over the next 3 days to hydrate the cells of this new energetic template. And the golden light grids that exist now within your inner architecture have been activated and turned on. And so continue to look after yourself in the coming days, grounding this, hydrating this process deeper and deeper into the body. If any of the viewers or listeners need extra support over the coming days, you are more than welcome to reach out to me and contact me in the Facebook group or send me a direct message through Instagram or Facebook. You can reach out to me if you'd like to book a Soul's Highest Mission reading, and I've also launched the beautiful 12-month Golden Path community, which of all of these practices and so much more about creating in the 12 dimensions of your life. This is mastery over not just one, but many, many dimensions of your life, of your being, and of your business. I truly hope this process has been enriching and refreshing for you, refreshing this information, that it has ignited perhaps some more inspiration and heart and presence and joy back into your life, that you are absolutely a divine spark of golden consciousness. You've always been on your golden path. You've never been off it. You've always been on it. And I believe that this is one of the most empowering journeys that you could ever go on. And the riches and the rewards and the gifts that you find along your golden path bring so much joy, brings so much celebration and gratitude, brings such a state of lightness and softness and peace to the planet. And that is my wish for you, that we all get to experience this extraordinary magic that's available to us. and that we truly do become the leaders of these new earth frequencies, that we do hold and model for humanity what it means to be a leading lady of the light. And we can hold that. We can be the pioneers to this, because I've always believed in stories that are magnificent, and we have the ability to tell great stories on the planet again. I would love to support you further in the 12-month community. This is the closest proximity to me. Weekly calls, guest speakers, such an incredible community. You don't have to do this alone. You don't have to walk your path solo alone and have like no spectators or no audience. You can have an incredible community around you, all walking their golden path, cheering you on, going, oh my God, that's amazing. Look at her golden path. I'm like, check out that person's golden path. We do this in community. We can do this with support, coaching. There's so much content to this. I love teaching about the enterprise piece as well, where we can become incredibly abundant over our creative projects, whether that's launching a book, whether it's running a retreat, whether you have a digital IT agency, whether you run a restaurant, whether you have a group of veterinary practices all over America. The external business model does not matter. This work travels across all industries, all disciplines, all times, all ages. And plus, in that Golden Path community for 12 months, we have the bonus intensives, a minimum of 2 of these in the year. 3-day intensives, live in-person events with me. They'll be in different locations around Australia and probably Bali in America. But this is an incredible journey for those of you wanting to make money online with your creative gifts, podcasts, different strategies, personal branding, coaching, community, and content. I'd be absolutely honored to be your guide in that process. And truly, I believe we can fly to the moon if we have a year together. So much can be achieved and done and experienced and celebrated from a state of fulfillment across a course of a year together. Reach out to me if you would like to know more about the Golden Path community. There are founding member prices, which are just insanely cheap. And then it will return to the full price, and it will stay there for about 8 to 10 weeks at the full price. And then I'll just reassess how the community is going. I love you all so much. Thank you for joining in, and I will see you hopefully next week for the bonus session, and I will see you soon on the internet. Bye, everyone. Thanks.